Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In recent years, China has been the country on most people's lips due to different reasons. They have been able to get the attention of the world with their astonishing and jaw-dropping growth rate. From building a hospital in 6 days to building the fastest railway network to building cities and skyscrapers at the fastest rate possible, and many other things. I'm sure you must have wondered how they were able to do all these things and develop rapidly in such a short period. Well, today in this video, you are going to find out why. So grab a seat, pen, and paper, and let's dive in. But before we proceed, kindly hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon down below to get notifications anytime we post new videos. China, officially the People's Republic of China, is a country in East Asia. It is the world's most populous country, with a population of more than 1.4 billion. China follows a single standard time offset of UTC+8, even though it spans 5 geographical time zones, and shares borders with 14 countries, the second most of a country in the world after Russia. Covering an area of approximately 9.6 million square kilometers, 3.7 million miles square, it is the world's third or fourth largest country. The country is officially divided into 23 provinces, 5 autonomous regions, 4 direct-controlled municipalities, Beijing, capital city, Chongqing, Shanghai, largest city, and Tianjin, and 2 special administrative regions, Hong Kong and Macau. China emerged as one of the world's first civilizations in the fertile basin of the Yellow River in the North China Plain. China was one of the world's foremost economic powers for most of the 2 millennia from the 1st until the 19th century. For millennia, China's political system was based on absolute hereditary monarchies, or dynasties, beginning with the Xia dynasty in the 21st century BCE. Since then, China has expanded, fractured, and reunified numerous times. In the 3rd century BCE, the Qin reunited core China and established the First Chinese Empire. With more than 4,000 years of recorded history, China is one of the few existing countries that also flourished economically and culturally in the earliest stages of world civilization. Indeed, despite the political and social upheavals that frequently have ravaged the country, China is unique among nations in its longevity and resilience as a discrete politico-cultural unit. Much of China's cultural development has been accomplished with relatively little outside influence, the introduction of Buddhism from India constituting a major exception. Even when the country was penetrated by such barbarian peoples as the Manchu, these groups soon became largely absorbed into the fabric of Han Chinese culture. China is a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, and a founding member of several multilateral and regional cooperation organizations such as the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, the Silk Road Fund, the New Development Bank, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, and is a member of the BRICS, the G8+5, the G20, the APEC, and the East Asia Summit. After economic reforms in 1978, and its entry into the World Trade Organization in 2001, China's economy became the second largest country by nominal GDP in 2010, and grew to the largest in the world by PPP in 2014. China is the world's fastest growing major economy, the second wealthiest nation in the world, and the world's largest manufacturer and exporter. The nation has the world's largest standing army, the People's Liberation Army, the second largest defense budget, and is a recognized nuclear weapons state. China has been characterized as a potential superpower due to its large economy and powerful military. Why China can build megaprojects so much faster. I have seen firsthand on site all over Africa and Asia Chinese-funded megaprojects under construction. They are very impressive. Undoubtedly they have made great strides in improving safety and reducing corruption, which has held so many emerging economies back. Now if you fake concrete tests to keep a project on track, you are more likely to go to jail than get a promotion. Certainly it also helps that national, regional, and local projects are ruthlessly aligned around a single vision. The key differences though are that they do things differently. This starts with the design to be implemented. They have fully shifted from design through sheets and drawings to design via models. There simply aren't enough CAD technicians in the world to draw up sheets for even one of some of their mega projects. That means that they design to the schematic, 30%, stage, based on a model, and then start building. Of course, many emerging economies are notorious for just designing to the sub 10% stage, and then sort it out during construction, often with badly trained construction managers. The Chinese are not like this. They break projects into sections of a model, based on terrain, and engineering solutions to that terrain, then have design teams sort things out as they go. All they are worried about before starting is that problems are solvable, and because they break projects into sections, they work on them in parallel, not series. This represents a different non-risk-averse culture. They don't feel they have to solve every small detailed design problem before starting. They also use on-site techniques Roman engineers would recognize. Pegging sites out by eye, and laying out peg to peg using GPS and other surveying equipment on wheelbarrows, etc. This is aided by a modular prototype basis for their designs. For example, railway embankments, using a standard, deliberately slightly over-engineered, grade to each so they don't have to redesign, and recalculate slope stability for every point on the track. Using this approach, knowing the model, and prototype design works, simply peg out and build by eye using total stations to maintain consistency of the built levels with the model. They also take every engineering step to shorten the later stages of construction. For example, on railways using pre-built steel tracks and bases, and building all of the electricity infrastructures at the same time. How is China able to build a hospital in 6 days? China has a record of getting things done fast even for monumental projects like this, says Yansong Huang, a senior fellow for global health at the Council on Foreign Relations. He points out that the hospital in Beijing in 2003 was built in 7 days, so the construction team is probably attempting to beat that record. Just like the hospital in Beijing, the Wuhan Center will be made out of prefabricated buildings. This authoritarian country relies on this top-down mobilization approach. They can overcome bureaucratic nature and financial constraints and can mobilize all of the resources. Mr. Huang said that engineers would be brought in from across the country to complete construction in time. The engineering work is what China is good at. They have records of building skyscrapers at speed. This is very hard for Westerners to imagine. It can be done, he added. In terms of medical supplies, Wuhan can either take supplies from other hospitals or can easily order them from factories. The Global Times confirmed 150 medical personnel from the People's Liberation Army had arrived in Wuhan. However, it did not confirm if they would be working in the new hospital once it has been built. How was China able to build a railway network so fast? At the beginning of the 21st century, China had no high-speed railways. Slow and often uncomfortable trains plodded across this vast country, with low average speeds making journeys such as Shanghai-Beijing a test of travel endurance. Today, it's a completely different picture. The world's most populous nation has, by some distance, the world's largest network of high-speed railways. No fewer than 37,900 kilometers, about 23,500 miles, of lines crisscross the country, linking all of its major megacity clusters, and all have been completed since 2008. China's ambition is to make high-speed rail the mode of choice for domestic long-distance travel, but these new railways have a much greater significance. For China's ruling Communist Party, and its leader Xi Jinping, a high-speed rail is also a powerful tool for social cohesion, political influence, and the integration of disparate regions with distinct cultures into the mainstream. How China is overcoming high-speed growing challenges. The sheer size of China and its tremendous variations in terrain, geology, and climate have presented the country's railway engineers with incredible challenges. From sometimes frozen Harbin in the far north to the near-tropical humidity of the Pearl River Delta megalopolis, to the 1,776 kilometers Lanzhou-Urumqi line traversing the Gobi Desert, China's engineers have quickly developed extensive expertise in driving railways over, under, and through whatever terrain lies in their path. That rapid growth has not been without its problems though, while centralized state funding, planning, and approval allows China to avoid the endless legal wrangles that have bedeviled projects in Europe and the United States for decades. The flip side is that new lines pay little heed to existing communities along their route. China's high-speed growing pains also contributed to the tragic Wenzhou collision in July 2011, when 2 trains collided on a viaduct and derailed, sending 4 coaches to the floor below, killing 40 passengers and injuring almost 200 others. Public confidence in high-speed rail was severely shaken by the accident, resulting in a blanket speed reduction, and the suspension of construction work on new lines pending an official investigation. However, no major incidents have been reported in the decade since, and passenger numbers have risen exponentially as the network has expanded. For anyone used to the scope of traditional railway projects, the statistics are often mind-boggling. Construction of the 815-kilometer, $13.5 billion Zhengzhou East Guangzhou line was completed in less than 5 years. By late 2020, China National Railways was operating more than 9,600 high-speed trains per day, including the world's only high-speed overnight sleeper services on selected longer-distance routes. Not satisfied with pushing the boundaries of speed, endurance, and civil engineering, Chinese companies are among the first in the world to introduce new technologies such as autonomous, driverless, train operation and advanced signaling and control technology. The driverless bullet trains connecting Beijing and Zhangjiakou in northern Hebei province are capable of hitting speeds up to 350 km per hour, making them the world's fastest autonomous trains. The new route, opened in December 2019 as part of preparations for the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympic and Paralympic Games, has reduced travel time for the 174-kilometer journey from 3 hours to less than 60 minutes. The fastest trains complete the trip in just 45 minutes. So there you have it, whether it is building skyscrapers so fast or building a hospital in just 6 days or building railway networks in less than 5 years is what you want, then China is the right country for the job. I hope you enjoyed the video as I did. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Till next time.